morning. Happy Sunday. Yeah, we didn't do a intro or outro video on Saturday because Saturday turned out to be a travel day. Our intention was to get out early from Carlisle, our Airbnb there.
That didn't happen.
We didn't get out. We didn't get out early. No. We figured we'd still have a good 4 hours to do some touristing. If we just got to where we needed to go. We were originally planned to go to Blenheim Palace. But then along the way, we got caught into some extended construction zones and a lot of traffic. And it killed about 2 of the 4 hours that we had to play with. So we decided rather than try to go to Blenheim Palace and have to rush through it in a very 2 hours, we decided to just continue on to our Airbnb and just make Saturday a travel day, because this Airbnb that we're staying at now, we're staying for 3 nights, so we're going to be here for a little bit, and all of the touristing we do from here is just going to be going from here to those places and then coming back at night. So with that said, we had a little bit of fun last night. We had a fantastic sunset.
So the Airbnb we were staying at is in the country near Stroud, I believe, is the name of the small town anyway. And it's really what you think of when you think of England, you know, a small
the
community.
English countryside, yeah.
Definitely. You'll see from the videos, the single lane roads really mean a road smaller than your driveway. It's really kind of far removed. For us, it's perfect because it really is. We had the most quiet, peaceful evening last night, just listening to the birds, watching the sunset, and
the sheep.
And the
we listened to sheep.
Yeah. And petting the horses on this farm. We're staying in a little garden room off the side of a. It looks like a tack room or stable, and it's really, really cute. So you'll see the pictures there, and we're happy that we chose this particular one in the country, so we can kind of after a couple of days of.
We're going hard.
Yeah, touring, the cities and having our adventures. We have some place, quiet to come back to anyway. So we hope you enjoy seeing, that. And I don't think we can probably emote the peacefulness and the quietness.
Yeah, we love it out here.
That's out here.
So nice.
Yeah.
It's very quiet. Yeah, we're about hour and a half to 2 hours drive outside of London, almost due west of London, and an hour or so south of Birmingham. So if you look at that area on the map, we're right near the Cotswolds actually, which is a very highly tourist area of England. I don't know if we're even going to make it into the Cotswolds at all.
No.
We just chose this area because it's close to a train station. Tomorrow our plan is to take a train into London. So yeah, we needed to stay relatively close to a train station, and there's one less than 10 miles away. So that'll be tomorrow's plan. But for today, we're going into Bath to tour the ancient Roman baths and everything else that city has to offer. So, and that is, from what I understand, roughly an hour's drive away from here. I'm just gonna go 30 on this road. I'm going 10. It is
Now
fast
turn
enough.
right. Now turn half left.
I don't know what half left is.
Kind of.
Not all the way left, just half left.
That looks like a left turn.
Yellow.
Wow. Actual traffic lights in England. Those are rare.
The following day, we visited Bath, the Roman baths anyway. So that was about a half an hour drive from where we were staying. And it was really like an amazing place to go if you love history. And you're going to see some great photos and some video from our trip there. I think the one thing that we would have done differently is chose a longer parking. Our parking was only valid for
4 hours?
4 hours, and we kind of rushed to get back to make sure that we weren't going to be charged
The penalties for going over were
$20,
ridiculous.
£20 or something like that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was a
how much they were
lot.
charged.
So we probably would have we would have stayed longer, I think, if we chose a different parking garage than where we chose.
But we got to see the main attraction there, which was the Roman baths. This is a location that goes all the way back to when the Romans occupied England, and they created around a hot spring that is there naturally. They created their Roman baths, and at some point in the past, it got buried underneath the construction of the city, and then got rediscovered. In the
1800s.
In the 1800s, it got rediscovered. So they created this basically tourist attraction that surrounds that location, and constant archaeological studies. They're learning new stuff all the time about what went on in that location. But it was pretty neat to see a place that
it's huge.
It's thousands of years old.
You don't think it's as large as it is, but this is probably like one of the best museums. Basically, it was a museum that we went into. We could have spent hours and hours more there.
Caitlin. All they did was painted the glass at that end, right?
I don't care. It makes me feel better. You don't need that much. No. Off to the side.
Yeah, stand directly in the shadow.
Oh, that's nasty. What does it taste like? A penny. A penny. It's like metallic. Yeah. Next street over.
Also visited the fashion museum, which Caitlin wanted to.
Yeah, that was the Caitlin thing.
And that was really great to see as well. Probably not much of an interest for Wayne. He was kind of tagging along.
I was just a videographer for that one, just trying to just.
He did.
Yeah.
But that was that was really fun to see as well.
That was pretty cool. A lot of neat clothes. Isn't that right, Dad?
Yeah, lots of neat clothes.
Lots of neat clothes. It was interesting. It spanned.
And a trash bag. They had a trash bag as a dress.
It was art.
There seems to be a difference in interpretation. But that was really interesting. They had stuff, you know, costumes, not costumes, but clothes from the 1600s all the way up until modern time. And it was really neat to see each of the pieces
And the trash bag.
The progression.
The trash bag.
The progression of mostly women's fashion anyway. So that was a good choice, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I even got to try on a weird dress.
Weird.
Weird. It was weird. It had corsets and like bustles and like boning in the sides. Yeah, it was probably weighed like 5-10 pounds.
I think it was probably closer to 20.
20? 25 pounds.
The skirts and
Yeah.
probably wasn't.
Wasn't all of it. Yeah, there was still like a couple undergarments that was missing.
Still
But
cool to see
yeah.
what that looked like on Caitlin anyway.
On our way back from the Fashion Museum, we got the opportunity to go visit inside Bath Abbey. We were going to go do this before going to the Roman baths, but it was Sunday, and there was a service going on inside. And according to the schedule, there was going to be a brief window of time between a morning service and an afternoon service where visitors could just go in and tour the church. According to their website, there has been a church at that site since 757 AD. And this particular church that exists today is actually the third church that has been built on that site. The first one was pulled down by the Norman conquerors of England way back in the Anglo-Saxon era, and then a massive Norman cathedral which was begun about 1090 but lay in ruins by the late 15th century. And then the current church, which was built in the late 15th century, early 16th century, and has been renovated many times through the years until you see what we see today. This church has been a Roman Catholic church at one time, but is currently part of the Church of England. And in fact, the very first king of all England, King Edgar, was crowned on this site in 973, obviously, and not in this particular church, but at this site. That service set the precedent for the coronation of all future kings and queens of England, including the current queen, Queen Elizabeth II. The Abbey, as we know it today, is the work of Sir George Gilbert Scott, who from 1864 to 1874 completely transformed the inside of the Abbey to conform with his vision of Victorian Gothic architecture. His biggest contribution was to replace an old wooden ceiling that they had before that time with the spectacular stone fan vaulting that we see today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is an announcement for all visitors to let you know that the Abbey is closing at 2:30 today to allow quiet time and preparation for choral evening song. If you would like to join us for choral evening song, please return to the Abbey where the doors open again at 3 p.m. and the service begins at 3:30. For now, though, please begin to take large group photos with the music. What's door entrance you use is also an exit today. Thank you.
It doesn't matter to me.
Home cooked food? In the middle of nowhere?
Middle of nowhere.
Sounds good to me.
Thanks for watching this episode of Two Tourists and a Camera.
Please like and subscribe down below. We have everything linked in the description box. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter,
Facebook, all the places. And be sure to hit that bell at the bottom as well. That way you'll be notified as soon as we put up a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.